When there's stuff on your mind and you're feeling unclear, just hop on the mic and speak without fear. Let's air out.
And I said, bitch, I ain't trying to take your man. If I was trying to take your mans, I would have your mans. And she's like, what are you talking about, girl? If you would have my mans, you would have nothing. No guacamole in your house. And like, you trying to reach in my cookie jar and take my mans? Not a chance. Honey? Huh? You got like little tortoise hands. Tortoise hands for ugly mans. That's what I said about you, girl. What's going on, guys? It is episode 33 in the podcast world for Air and Air Out. And guess what? I'm back in the Waterloo. I'm back in the Waterloo. That's right. No more poor quality episode you have to put up with. We're just right back where it all began. Right back in the bedroom where this podcast was born. And I tell you, this podcast is diminishing returns. We are losing folks left, right, and center. The last podcast to break 20 views was like 5 weeks ago. We're just going down and down and down. So let's try and get this podcast down to just me listening to it. I think that'd be peak podcast is just myself. Imagine not only making a YouTube video where only you watch your own videos, but also making a podcast where you're the only one that listens to it. I think that's a goal. That's life goals right there. As life goals. This week's episode is brought to you by our latest sponsor, Wendy's. I just ate Wendy's and they did not sponsor me, but technically I paid them. So I guess I sponsor Wendy's actually. I am a proud sponsor of Wendy's. So stick that stamp. My beard is coming in. It's at the stage where I don't know when I should shave it. I think I've talked before, like some mirrors, they're your good mirrors, and then there's other mirrors that are like your bad mirrors. And also like cameras too. I took a video of myself when we did acid like 3 weeks ago, whatever, and all I could look at was like my beard. It just looked like so like puby. It's a very puby, like it's dark around the chin area, blonde around everything else. It's I guess my hair is pretty fair. Reed kept saying I have blonde hair, but I'm adamant that I have brown hair. Adamant, but I am colorblind as well, so maybe my judgment's not the best for that. But I don't know when I want to shave this beard. I wish I could get like the my stubble doesn't grow in on the cheeks. I just get like the goatee stubble. It's tough. It's very tough. Oh, as you can tell, I got nothing planned for this podcast once again. Coming in empty-handed to another podcast. Aaron Brock, Aaron Air Out. Check me out on Instagram, Aaron the Brock, where I'm posting all kinds of paintings. I painted a Dr. Horse. I painted a super sandwich. I painted a failure of a painting when I was back home in Barrie of the idea was I wanted to paint a dog getting pet and it farts, like a genie comes out his butt. You know, like you rub a lamp and a genie comes out. I was like, you pet a dog and a genie comes out his butt. And I didn't bring a pencil home with me. So I just like started painting. Normally I sketch out all my paintings beforehand, but I just started painting and it just didn't pan out. Like you have to commit to every single line you make and just constantly adapt. And I'm not very confident in my ability just like that to just like free form it. So like the outline of the dog came out strong. I had a good idea in my head of what I wanted the dog to look like, and the outline and the shape of the dog, proud of. The face of the dog, horrifying, absolutely horrifying. I made maybe a poor decision to add teeth into the dog's mouth, which just made the dog look more like scary than usual. The eyes, I wanted like cute puppy dog eyes. They didn't pan out very well either. They're just like big. Honestly, from this angle down here, the eyes are actually not bad, actually. It's really the mouth. The mouth and the nose is where I really lost my way on the dog. The nose is too small. The mouth, the tongue, I have a tongue sticking out of it. The tongue was way too small. And I did like the mouth, the inside of the mouth all black, and it's way too, the dog is like a light yellow and gray. And then the pitch black, like soulless mouth really made the dog look demonic and horrifying. And then we get to the genie coming out of his butt, and I'll tell you, it's very hard. Now, right now, picture a genie. Picture a genie in your head, all right? How many of you are now thinking of Aladdin? You're thinking of Robin Williams' genie, right? How I was trying to come up with my own genie, could not think of anything outside of Aladdin when it comes to genies. Like, so even the thing I painted is like, you'll see, I tried to get away from Aladdin, but it's very Aladdin inspired. Like, there's like the ghostly, like, blue figure, and he's like coming out and he's plugging his nose, and this one arm's way smaller than the other one, the one that's plugging his nose. The genie came out very poor, and it's a very completely different art style than the dog. You can see the picture on my Instagram at Aaron the Brock. Oh, but yeah. But a plus side for that painting, there's always got to be, you can't just always be hard on yourself. You got to give yourself some credit where it's due. The hand I painted petting the dog, stellar. My best hand yet, and I didn't sketch it out or anything. I just committed to it, and it came out fabulous. Like, the hand's really good. But again, looking at it, the hand of the dog are kind of strong. The hand of the dog are good. The genie in the background is where it kind of all falls apart, and there's just no cohesiveness between all of them. So yeah, kind of a failed painting. I'm not really a fan of it. And then yesterday I decided to paint again. I want to paint something colorful and simple to try and like rebuild my confidence. Do something easier after like a failed attempt. Get the wheels back greased and rolling. And I just painted. I had the idea of like painting like a volcano with like a very colorful eruption, and then that only took up like the top 2/3 of the painting, and then I ended up just painting like leaves. Just like I needed something, and that's like the first thing that came out of me, and I just painted like a volcano and leaves. They're all colorful. The background, again, I could have done more with the background. I think I should have done more leaves. If you see that painting too, I should have done more leaves and just cover the entire bottom with leaves, rather than just like a pink background and then a blue background on the volcano. But the volcano, I like how the volcano came out. The smoldering rock I have firing out of the volcano. That looks really good with the flames pouring all around it. So it was a bit of a resurfacing. We're back on the uptick of the painting. I think next I want to paint an eye. That's what I'm feeling. I'm gonna sketch it out first. And I was thinking about like maybe I should put something in the pupil of the eye, but that's just like so cliche, Putting like he's looking at something like a sailboat or something in the eye. It's like it's been done too much. So what if I just put all my focus into making like one really good eye, a big eye? But I don't know if that's really my style. I usually like to have some kind of joke or something in my paintings, so that it fits my style. I'm wearing a fresh new cap that you can't see. Lowo Golf, and it's very like it's like a golf hat, but I feel kind of like frat boy with it. It's like all white. On the bottom of the brim, it's got flamingos, which I like. This is gonna be my new golfing hat. It's like a white snapback. It's gonna get dirty very quick because I'm just a filthy person. That I wipe my clubs off with my hand. I clean my balls off with my hand, my golf balls, my regular balls too, honestly. And like I don't wash my hands on the course. They just get filthy and covered in stuff. And then I don't wash my hands very much ever, honestly. I don't get sick very often either. So I feel like I've just been exposing myself to like a lot of positive reinforcement on my immune system. I'm giving it a lot of positive, like really testing it. Like just keeping it on its toes. It never knows what's going on. Never knows what's going to happen. That's what I like to do with my immune system, Make sure it's always ready for when the big one comes. When the big one comes, we're prepared. We are very prepared. I guess that's why I haven't gotten COVID yet, honestly. I've been pretty laxed on the COVID safety. I haven't done 6 feet in like 2 years. I did 6 feet for like 3 weeks, and then I was like, that's enough of that. The arrows on the floor, I never followed those. Like, that's too much direction. You can't control this beast. Can't tell me where to go. I'm walking wherever I want in that store. I wore a mask though. I wore a mask for those long 2 years, and now I don't, because the government can't control me anymore. And look at all you sheep out there wearing masks. I'm kidding. I don't care if you wear a mask, and if you don't care if I wear a mask. I'll go with that. Oh, what are we gonna talk about this week though? I don't know. I don't really keep up with like the news or anything, and my life hasn't been super exciting either. Like, there's not much. I've just been working. I guess I was in Barrie for the weekend. That was kind of fun. That was a good time. But like, I feel like do other podcasts like keep up with current events and they talk about that stuff. I check Reddit every once in a while, but that's about it. You hear Netflix losing subscribers. Ooh, it's not good, and they're cracking down on the password sharing, which means I might be losing my Netflix very soon. I'm not paying for Netflix. It's honestly, of all the streaming services, I think Netflix might have the worst selection now. Like, I use Netflix to be like, it's just something when you want to watch a movie, I just like, okay, let's check if it's on Netflix. It never is. Then you gotta go find it on like Amazon Prime or something. But I'm never like, rarely do I sit down like, and open Netflix and just browse for something, because I've just given up on it. Disney Plus has they've made a strong showing. Honestly, I was very hesitant about them when they came out. Was that just last year or was it 2 years ago that Disney Plus came out? Did they come out 2020 or 2021? I don't know. Someone look that up for me. And then after you've looked it up, you'll know the answer, so it doesn't matter if I know the answer at that point. But like, it was all just Disney stuff, as you know, but now it's expanded so much. And honestly, my top 3 favorite like sitcoms or comedy TV shows are all on Disney Plus now. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Malcolm in the Middle, My Name is Earl. Boom, 3 winners. If you haven't seen Malcolm in the Middle or My Name is Earl, fantastic. I highly suggest you guys go watch those. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, although that's like the biggest of the 3 shows. All absolutely hilarious. I don't even want to rank them in an order because I think they all have like a different style of comedy to them. It's Always Sunny, the longest running, at like 15 seasons now. My Name is Earl cut short at 4 seasons, and Malcolm in the Middle had a full run of 7 seasons, I believe. So I think Malcolm in the Middle is going to be the next thing I dive in and like rewatch whenever I'm looking for something to watch. Which earlier this week, I started watching this show on Disney Plus called Dave. It's a Lil Dicky show. You guys, Lil Dicky's like a YouTube rapper who's like becoming a more mainstream rapper, I guess. And the show is just about like he plays Dave. I don't know if his name's actually Dave in real life. I first thought his name was Richard, but I guess Lil Dicky is literally just talking about he's a little dinky dicky. But the show's about him like trying to go from like a YouTube rapper to like being recognized as a legit rapper, and it was so good. I watched it all in 2 days, 3 days maybe, just all 10 episodes. They only have season 1 on Disney Plus. I think there's 2 seasons released, and the 3rd one is releasing now, or like just finished releasing. But damn, was it good. It was so good, and it hooked me right in. Very funny show, very funny writing. I want to look up if the show was actually like, was it a lot of improv like Curb Your Enthusiasm is, or was it all like scripted? Because there's a lot of stuff that seems like off the cuff comebacks, and like there's the chirps and like the comebacks are like they're so crisp and they're so funny, and every character is just so strong and like playing their character. It feels like a lot of people are just playing themselves, and that's why like they're so good at doing it. But an absolutely fantastic show. And Dave's girlfriend in the show, oh my god, talk about goals. Oh my god, they have like a perfect relationship. It's incredible. It's like, and she's not just a rocket, but she's just like her entire personality. She's like such a cool chick. It's just, you watch that and it's like, it just reminds you that those people are out there and you can find them. You can find them. I can't though. I gotta get out of the house more because they're not currently in the bedroom I spend most of my time in, and they're not at the golf course I work at with all dudes. So, I guess I gotta kind of expand my my horizons of where I'm spending my time, which I am. I'm playing soccer. Hasn't started yet. I'm going camping by myself. Maybe I can find just someone lost in the woods. They happen to stumble into my campsite. You never know. Man can dream. I gotta figure out. I'm gonna have to do yoga out in the wilderness. That's gonna be a different experience. I'm gonna have to like download Adrian's videos. I have to remember to download Adrian's videos, or else I'm gonna have to like make up my own yoga for 20 minutes or something. That'd be something interesting. Yeah, what's going on at work with me? It's we've had more people starting, which is cool. More younger people coming in, which is nice. Very nice. The crew is expanding. Course is still not open yet, so we're still just grinding away. Honestly, I'm just loving the job. It's super relaxing. I never wake up like, shit, I gotta go to work, man. It sucks. Oh, I'm bummed out. I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, work, cool. Go do my work, come back home, and then it's been a tough schedule. Honestly, it's been tough. I finished that discipline book. It didn't help. It did not help whatsoever. I'm I just realized today, honestly, if I can like if I stick to a schedule and do like everything on it like unwavering, I'm good. I'm very disciplined. If like everything just falls into place, I can keep on it. If there's one little wrench thrown in my plan, it's gone. It's off the rails. I'm done. Today, like yesterday, yesterday we got off early. Yesterday was the snowy day, so we only worked like a 3 hour day. Then we couldn't do anything because there's snow all over the course. So they sent us home at 10. Yeah, we worked 7 to 10. And then I took a nap, and then did yoga with Ethan at like noon. Then like went to the gym, played guitar, painted, like did all the stuff I wanted to do. And that was good. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this momentum with me. Wednesday, same thing. Throw my gym bag in the back of the car. Go to the gym right after work at like 3:30. It's gonna be no problem. Excuse my burp. And then I got a text from my buddy Chris at work. It's like, hey, you want to go to the driving range after work? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to go to the driving range, whack some balls, because I'm feeling really confident on my golf swing. And that confidence went away very quickly when we started actually hitting balls. But then, I went to the driving range I left the house at like 4:10, got home at like 7:30, so like almost 3 hours out there, almost like a full round of golf, and we were just at the driving range and chipping green. But that just no, I have not gone to the gym since. I knew I had to record the podcast. I have not played guitar. I stopped for food on the way home because I didn't want to cook. I like just everything is just falling apart, and I'm thinking like after this podcast, I'm just gonna crawl into bed and like I should read. I should really read because the book I'm reading I'm not into, but we'll get to that in a hot minute. But like since my schedule didn't go as I planned it, I'm like already throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like it's done. Days we'll try again tomorrow. It is what it is. And yeah, I got no ambition. I got no determination. I got no I don't know what. I got some stuff though. Like I'm no booze, no weed, yoga every day. That's a pretty hot start. Podcast every single week. Like I'm good at certain things. I stick to. I've built up slowly a repertoire of repeating things. I mean, 3 of those things are just things. I guess 2 things I'm just not doing, which is that's a passive goal. I just have to not do it, and then I'm done. So that kind of fits into my wheelhouse. Not doing something. Yoga every day has been honestly at this point since we're past like the 100 days straight of yoga. If I don't want the streak to go away, and that's honestly, and it's the same with like drinking and smoking weed. I'm not like doing those things because I'm like, oh, they're like really bad for me, and they're like, I know drinking. I have no like, I can't say no. I don't have that. Oh, I've hit my limit. I'm gonna stop for the night, and I'm okay. I keep going and going and going until I wake up the next morning, and I have shame and regret what I did the night before because I don't remember it. That's not the reason that stopped me from drinking. It's the fact that I'd have to restart this whiteboard to 0, and that's a big drop from. It was 226 on April 1st. Today is 420, baby. Blaze it. Look at that. What's 226 plus 19? That's what 245, 245, and then we're at no weed 106. That is 125, 245, 125. That's some pretty strong numbers. Yoga, we're at 97 plus 19, 116. Yeah, damn. Those are some big numbers. And if I don't do any of those things, they go back to 0. Do I want to go back to 0? And then, honestly, once I'm at 0 and I start counting up again, it's way easier to go back to 0 from like 2. That point, it doesn't care. I throw the baby out with the bathwater. So I can't pick up those bad habits again because it'll ruin me. It'll ruin like my high score. I just uninstalled Wordle because I lost my high score because a BS word yesterday. It was one of those words where you get like 4. I think the word was foyer yesterday, FOYER, and I got the O. I had the OER off my first guess, and then I guessed like 5 different words that all fit that frame, and it was none of them. And it's like just 2 black letters every single time, 3 orange letters. I think is what the colorblind one is. I don't know what your guys' colors are. And just that's the second. I've only gotten missed 2 Wordles. No, not to brag. Out of the 100 I've done, And both of them were that same thing where I guessed I had pretty much the entire framework of the word, but there's 1,000 words that could have fit that. And at that point, since the streak was done, and I was at I dropped from 99%, which was going from the 100% down to 99%, that hurt. And then going from 99 down to 98, it was like, at this point, I don't even care anymore. I'm not going on to Quirtle. I'm not going on to Octurtle or Septortle or Wartortle or whatever the new ones are with 80. You got 86 words and 42 guesses. Try and finish it. I'm not doing any of those. I'm off the word games. I think I'm gonna try and commit to this whole chess thing. I'm gonna learn chess. It's do these daily puzzle rushes, and I think that's my new goal, because I have not done them. On chess.com I've tried them, and I'm just I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. There's so many, I just don't clue into what the right move is and what what the strategy is, what I should be looking for on the board. I have none of that because I'm not used to it. And it's to be good at anything, you got to suck at it for a bit. But I was saying before that I haven't been into this book I've been reading. It's I've talked about it before. It's Ask and It Is Given. It's like a philosophy book, and it's the principle of the book is that they describe us, people, as vibrational beings, and if you set yourself at the right vibration and your mindset, you can achieve anything, and you can make anything happen in the world. And you'll know you're at the right vibration and you're in the right vibration with your goal if you're feeling a lot of joy and happiness and positive emotions. And if you're feeling a lot of fear and anxiety and regret and stuff, you're at the wrong vibration. That's why you're feeling that way. And it's a cool mindset, a very uplifting, positive way to live your life. The problem is it just repeats pretty much the same stuff over and over and over again. And I'm only 70 pages in, and it's a 300-page book, and I'm there's nothing new coming out of this. But there's also this part of me that's I've never quit on a book, so I have to finish it, and it's so boring. But maybe that's because my mindset going into it now is that it's boring. So I'm at the wrong vibration on it. I'm at the wrong frequency. So not a glowing review for this book. I heard great things about it from Mike Posner. Maybe I had good reviews online, but maybe I'll pick up after chapter 12 or whatever chapter I'm on. Yeah, but so far no good. It's I get it. If I think positively, and if you constantly think about a thing they talk about is a lot of people who grew up poor, all they think about is the lack of money, and then they continue to live in this world with the lack of money, rather than you gotta think about having money, and not and then you think about having money, and then you're gonna move towards that goal of having more money. But so many people just are constantly worried about not having enough money, or you think too much about not having the thing rather than thinking about having the thing. Visualizing the goal will then move you towards it. That's the whole idea, I guess. And then you can get anything that way, which I think it's not supposed to be a magic. If I just think about lots of money is gonna appear in my top dresser drawer. But I think it just it gives you the motivation to move towards your goals, and makes your goals easier if you're thinking positively about them, and in a good manner. Just it's the whole book's hey, have a good mindset. That's you could have summed it up in a couple sentences rather than a full book. But I've got a bunch of other books I want to read, and this book's just a roadblock. So maybe after this, instead of crawling in bed and watching Random Golf Club's newest video on breaking Pinehurst number 2, I will read as much as possible before I fall asleep out of boredom. So who knows about that? Yeah. She's Louise, I tell ya. Digging the short hair though. I had my hair grew really long. I hadn't cut it for 4 months. My sister cuts my hair, so I wait till I go home. And now that I have really short hair, it's nice, but I feel I can't shave my beard, because if I go short hair, babe, and clean face, I'm 14 years old, just complete baby. So I feel this beard is holding my masculinity together. If I take it away, it's not gonna let me go to work. So hey, we can't, it's no child labor here. Get out of here. Who are you? Aaron, we didn't realize you were so young with that disguise you had on the whole time, your hair. But it's that beard's getting to a point where I think it's got to be trimmed. So I don't know. I might just have to bite the bullet and hope my face is mature enough. My face looks tired, honestly. I got like the lines under my eyes. I look tired. I don't feel tired. I haven't wakened. The sleep schedule's not been great. I've been staying up a little too late on my phone. Like I stayed up really late watching Dave. I'll be honest. I broke my rule. I've not been hitting that hour and a half of screen time. It's been I can pull it up. I can tell you. I'll fully confess how bad I've been this week. Yesterday I used my phone for 2.5 hours. 2 hours 57 minutes screen time. 2 hours and 9 minutes of that was Disney Plus. That's all Dave. Monday 2 hours 40 minutes screen time. Hour 22 of Disney Plus. So if I didn't have that Disney Plus in there, guess what? I'm sub hour and a half. Sundays was 5 hours and 10 minutes, which it sounds really bad, but like 2 hours of that was Google Maps because I was driving back home, and then I did have like an hour 40 minutes of YouTube. So Sunday was real bad, but I was on vacation, so I turned off the accountability board for that few days. But today I'm at 44 minutes. Maybe I try and keep it that way, and don't binge away. But yeah, I've been staying up too late on the phone, staying up to like 11, 12. Like I get in bed at a good time, and then I make the mistake of bringing my phone into bed with me, and then it's so enchanting. It's so enticing to just continuously walk stuff, and it's like at some point I like clue into myself and like, hey, put your phone away, just put it down, go to sleep. You know, the 1 2 3 rule. I do the 1 2 3 rule. I often forget about it, but it works. And then when I do that, I'm good. I put it away. This thing is recording in stereo, isn't it? I just saw that there's 2 waveforms going. I don't know what that's gonna do for. I think that's a good thing. You guys got 2 ears, 2 headphones. This should be recorded in stereo. I wonder if that's gonna change how I have to like edit it and stuff. Maybe I should look up. When am I gonna edit this? I'm gonna edit this tomorrow. I should look up maybe some like podcast editing and tips, some audio tips. I should really do this stuff like not the day before I'm uploading the podcast, but that's just how we do things here. This is why we are not finding much success, because we're not disciplined. I was actually thinking maybe my discipline would come from like, I mean, when I was disciplined before, it's because I was in good shape and I was going to the gym constantly and like I felt really good. So I'm like, maybe if I just focus on like, you know, getting swole, you know, look good, feel good, and no, yeah, beauty, it comes from the inside and not just the outside. But like everyone sees the outsides. Like books are gonna be judged by their covers. It's a fact of life. So saying don't judge a book by its cover is silly because everyone's doing it anyways. Like no one's listening to that. But like if I just got like, what if I just got like not even like Thor, Jack, not even like that level, but just like lose the bit of the love handle and like some of this flabby belly. I feel like that's, I'm at like 210 right now. If I was like 190. And like I could just get there, just like if I just went to the gym after work, didn't stop at Wendy's, whenever I feel like it. Yeah, just like cook food at home and just ate like a reasonable amount of food. Like I get a lot of exercise, and the problem with that is like my hunger is insatiable. I can eat so much food, and like I guess my body's just like burns so much calories because I walk like 20 kilometers a day and stuff. It's just I definitely eat more than I burn though, which is the problem. But I don't get full. I feel like I just have a black hole down there, and I can just shovel food in there, and I'm constantly hungry. Maybe I got a tapeworm too. Maybe I get a tapeworm, and that helps me lose some weight. No, I'm just gonna go to the gym. I feel like if I go like had a good gym routine, you know, I start seeing like physical changes in my body, like motivate me more to then keep going to the gym, you know, get like the streak board going for the gym. It's just, as I said, getting to a point where not resetting to 0 is a big deal. That's the hardest part about setting streaks. Because again, like 3, 4, 5, that's I can go back to 0, no problem from those. 10? If I got to double digits though, ooh, that's a hard reset. That's a tough reset. Getting 10 gym, I'm not gonna go 10 days in a row, but like 10 days out of 14 days. It's like 5 days a week. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. I gotta think about that. But yeah, maybe that's a key. Feeling good in my body. You know, I'm not like grossly out of shape. I'm like, honestly, if you like compared me to people. If you ask people, they'd be like, yeah, that guy's he's in good shape. Yeah, what's wrong with that? I don't think he's unhealthy. If you just looked at me with like clothes on, you're like with like a shirt off, you'd see like the little. But even like carrying a little fat on your belly is not bad for you. That's like not this. I guess the standard has just been changed so much through like magazines and like superhero movies and stuff like that. That my expectations are exceeding the possibilities of myself. But I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, but like I look in the mirror. I'm like I could improve on this a little bit. I could do a little tuck, a little nip here, a little tuck here, a little. If I could just tuck these love handles like into my pants. I do like hike the pants up high sometimes to hide the love handles. If I could just have like a little thinner waist, I carry a good. There's a good amount of love handle there, honestly. Probably like 4 pounds on each side. So I get rid of those. I think I'm doing pretty good. And then like seeing that will like give me more confidence in myself. And then I'll like be more social and then like chat more. And I'll like it'll turn my whole life around. And then I'll start making videos again because I'm like more confident in myself. Then I'll like put more effort into podcast and like doing things beforehand and like getting good content out. And that's all. It all comes from feeling good. It all comes from diet and exercise. I think that's the key to a healthy life. And maybe someone should write a book about that. Diet and exercise. I don't know, I'm kind of digging this look I got going right now. I got the white hat, the headphones, the black sweater. You guys can't see it because I'm not recording video. I'm just using the painting videos, honestly, for this podcast videos. No one watches the podcast on YouTube. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to let you in a little secret, guys. No one's watching the YouTube videos. I did read for you. I did. You might have seen it. I forgot I was supposed to upload that tonight, actually. Steam cleans Thursdays. I can upload it tomorrow. I recorded the final episode of Resident Evil. I didn't realize I was so close that I was only one episode away from like beating the game. But of course, like 10 minutes into the game, my computer monitor, I have 2 monitors. The one I played the game on like crashes. Like the DVI cable is all screwed up because I ran over it with something, and it's like all cracked up and screwed. So like it lost connection, and then I plugged it back in. Game worked fine again, so I kept going. But I guess the game capture failed when the monitor input like disconnected. I guess since it was recording that screen, it just like shut down rather than transfer to the other screen. So I didn't have any gameplay for the entire last episode. No issues for the entire Steam clean until the very last episode. I lost it. So I just took my video reaction and then I've just interlaced. I just put behind it like all this old junk footage I had found on my computer. There's like a Halo Team SWAT game I've had from years ago. I put in some Rocket League gameplay from like 2019 where Will and I were like just way too drunk and way too high to be playing Rocket League, and it's awful gameplay. But I just slapped it back there. All my vacation videos from the Southeast Asia. So if you're interested in the Southeast Asia videos, you can go watch that Steam clean video. It's in there like 30 minutes in or something. You can track it down. You just click through the video. You can find all the footage, and then me doing a gameplay commentary over it that's unrelated to all those footage. I didn't even go back and edit it. I'm sure there's gonna be some like funny points where it lines up, the commentary somehow lines up to something that's happening behind it. But yeah, it's I figured do something rather than just have that thing go to waste, and also kind of proves that I did play and beat the game. There's just like nothing I can do about that footage. Yeah, so that was kind of a bummer. The one time I decided to make a video, it just fails. Maybe that's karma on me for slacking on the YouTube scene. I still don't know what I want to do with YouTube. I've just had, there's like it's kind of like Resident Evil. Like I felt bad that I was so close to finishing this thing and just stopped. And now like I filmed this like portion of the sketch, and then I just stopped and didn't release it. And now I have to go refilm stuff because I got a haircut, so like all the footage doesn't match up. Which honestly is probably a good thing. I should like take the time to like do it. I ordered a shirt on Amazon though that I'm like really excited to get, and I want to wear this shirt in video. It's a shirt from It's Always Sunny. One of the characters is wearing it in the scene. I'm like, that's a badass shirt. I want that shirt. So hopefully that comes in. Hopefully it fits too, because you never know. I ordered a large, but maybe I should have ordered an extra large. I don't know. I mean, that would just motivate me. If it is a little too small, get to the gym. Set goals for yourself. Set goals for yourself, people. Yeah, damn. I'm hot tonight. I'm firing on all cylinders. I got my drawing tablet here in front of me. I haven't done that in a while. Remember when I was gonna do animations? That's taking a back seat a little bit. That's we're driving a limo for how many back seats we got. What was it? Last week was the back burner back seats. I got a lot of stuff behind me. Not a ton of stuff going on in front of me right now. Guitar's been going well. I'm learning Blackbird by the Beatles. Didn't know it was a Beatles song until like 2 weeks ago. I thought it was like always like Sarah McLachlan. Was she the one that did the cover? I think it's Sarah McLachlan, not Sheryl Crow. Yeah, I think so. Again, I could look it up. Not gonna. Make me look it up. Make me. Come on, try. I didn't do it. You failed. Yeah, it's a fun song to learn. So it's like a lot of finger positions of using your index finger and your ring finger, and like my fingers aren't that stretched. Like they make it look so easy in the tutorials, but like having your index finger on like 3rd fret A, and then your ring finger on 5th fret B, like that's so I guess if you don't know, like 2nd from the top string and then 2nd from the bottom string if you don't play guitar, and then 2 frets apart on 3 and 5. That's like such a stretch, and I can barely do it, but on the tutorials it looks so easy. I'm like, do my fingers like not have that like horizontal splittage? That like, is that something you just build, I guess, from playing guitar, just like more flexible fingers? And like it hurts to stretch my fingers that much. I feel like my hands, how much do your fingers stretch? Is there like a, can I like measure that? And is there like a, if your fingers are this long, your fingers should be able to stretch this far apart. Is like a finger gappage like chart I can look up online to see if I have an abnormally small finger gappage. Like I feel like if I open my hand really wide, there's like the width of maybe half a finger in the base down there, then like obviously it expands out further up the top. But I definitely could not have 10 fingers on this hand. I can maybe with those spaces, if there's no space between any of my fingers, I could fit maybe 1 or 2 more fingers, you know, with all that void space. But yeah, I don't think that would help with the guitar though. I guess, would it? Yeah, if I had some longer, stronger fingers, like the pinky honestly does not get used. It's the only finger that's not really calloused at all. Like the first 3 fingers are very calloused. This last finger's not. Doesn't have nothing going on. But no. So yeah, I've been learning Blackbird. It's easier than I thought. It's just like learning the chord progression. You can get it, and it sounds like the song, and now it's just like a matter of like speeding it up. Bum 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 bum. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. I can't sing though. I wish I could sing. That's like learning guitar is cool, but like you need a guitar to show it off. But singing you can just like do, you know. I wish I had a talent that I could just like do stuff like it even took me so long to learn how to snap. Even that. Right hand, left hand. Left hand's pretty weak. And like whistling, I can only whistle in barely. I can't whistle out. Just blow. It's like I wish I had some talent that I could just do. There's actually like I was gonna make this episode like about things I want to learn, but I didn't think there's like enough content to fill that entire thing. Honestly, like the last week's episode, like on the inspirations and stuff, like I thought I had way more stuff to talk about for that, and I honestly feel like I did, but it's just when I put myself on the spot to talk about things and like I try and plan out ahead, and then it's like I should have either written stuff down or not planned to talk about it and then talk about it and just like let the tangent go, because I had like some semblance of what I wanted to say, and then it just hit those like little talking points I had thought about beforehand, and then nothing more came out because I was too focused on those few points I had for each person. So yeah, that's a little disappointing on my part. I feel like I could have done more to talk about those people and like what the impact they have had on my life, and like I don't know these people. I feel like that made it sound like such a bigger deal than I just watched the YouTube videos. But yeah, I think I could have done that much better. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with the music on this one. It's actually really hard to keep finding music because I don't want to reuse music. But the guy I get my music from has like a limited selection. and like finding longer songs, 'cause I don't want to have like it's a 40-minute ish podcast. Who knows how long this one's gonna be? But like I don't want to have like 10 4-minute songs. Like that's like very like figuring out where to put them each time. So I think maybe not having music through the whole thing and just having music in like certain sections when maybe like I'm changing topics or like there's a different vibe I feel like in the podcast. Then like just have a few different songs interspersed in rather than have like a song, some kind of song carrying throughout. I know last week's songs were too loud. That was just a matter of like I was in the studio, I was in a makeshift studio. I could only listen to the podcast back through like my dad's computer speakers. So like it's all, most of you guys listen on headphones. So there's like a disconnect. So yeah, that was first episode was too quiet. Second one was too loud. So I guess this one should be just right. If I've learned anything from the Three Bears, I think so. I'm hoping so. That'd be nice. That'd be nice to like really nail one. I'm waiting for the podcast that like I really crush it, One's bound to happen. Like we're only 33 in. Like this thing could go on for like hundreds of episodes. A lot of podcasts go on for hundreds of episodes. And at some point, there's going to be a podcast where I figure it out, There's going to be one podcast where people are like, oh, wow, Aaron, you really aired out that week. That is the identity of the podcast. Like I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know what this thing is. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure myself out and what I am. It's tough. My brain is just taking in all these things and it just outputs Aaron. And it's like, what? How did that happen? How does this all happen? Yeah. So, yeah, Aaron Arrow, it's hard to... I haven't even told people at work about it because it's like, it's very hard to describe what it is. Like, I literally just talk to myself for 40 minutes to an hour 15 sometimes. Sometimes I have my roommate on and we talk about history. And sometimes I have my roommate on and we talk about animals. Sometimes I talk to myself about history. And sometimes like the first three were like so different. I feel like this podcast just has like changed. It went from like 3 episodes of very intimate me talking about myself to then a bunch of episodes of me just no plan, just rambling, trying to tell stories from my childhood, trying to like... Remember when I was reading my journal entries? I did that for a while. I actually forgot about that. That's how long ago it's been. I forgot I was reading those intimate stories that I wrote. And then I started doing like the Lady Gaga thing and then talking with Ethan and doing all that stuff. And now we're in the back to the air out portion where I just sit in front of the mic and talk. It's been all over the place with this podcast. There's absolutely zero identity to it. But it does that I think that lack of identity is also very reminiscent of, I guess that does represent me, that I'm kind of all over the place and like very rarely do I stick to like one thing for my entire life. I'm the kind of guy that would have like 100 hobbies rather than having one really powerful hobby. I'm just always jumping to the next thing and jumping around and never really putting down roots and connecting to one thing, which is also why I'm a bad boyfriend. But that's not part of this podcast. But Dave's girlfriend in the show, ooh, she would make me a good boyfriend. I didn't bring any water with me. I always forget to grab water for these podcasts. I never expect that's going to take this much out of me. Hydration, I drank a lot of water today. Then I had to stop to pee twice while I was blowing the fairways. Just blowing pigs and blowing fairways. I've had 2 jobs where I'm doing blowing. I'm just a blower. I'm a blower, not a shower, as they say. I really dig that goofy painting behind me. I think I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe got like 10 to 15 slots left for paintings on my wall. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. Do I start taking them down? Do I condense the spacing between it? Which I don't want to have to move them because I have to buy a bunch more like sticky pads to stick them up. And that's a cost. That's a cost. Two tabs per painting. And I think it's like $5 for 16 tabs or something. So that's like 15, $20 worth of tabs. That's a lot of tabs. Just rehang paintings, but it would be cool to put them back in order. But I don't know. I've been watching looking at I've been hashtagging my art. That just goes like I think it's kind of fun to like kind of share that stuff. I've been enjoying that Instagram and like trying to like get into someone's like discover thing or whatever. It's not. I've had every single painting I've pasted so far has had some random person like it, which is neat. That's actually kind of cool that it popped up somewhere for someone. But then I click on their profile and see all their artwork, and it's like, oh wow, I'm a terrible. Like my paintings suck. Like they're like very childish and like very not good. Like people have like such cool, unique styles, and not mine. I just don't have that. I don't have style. I just I don't know. Very like just cheesy, childish cartoon paintings. Nothing that'd be like, oh wow, I really like what this artist is going for. Yeah, it's just I'm good at copying things. That's like I think my best paintings are the ones where like I just put up on a screen and like I can like copy that. I think that's a talent in and of itself. I think being able to do that, but like to just translate something straight from my brain, as you saw in the dog genie painting, it just I don't have that. I don't have the skills yet. I guess I'm being too hard on myself. I don't have them yet, but I'll get better with. I don't know if I have gotten better at painting. Honestly, looking at what I've got on my wall. I've gotten more. I try new things more often. If that counts as better, I step out of my comfort zone and be like, I don't really know how to do this, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Like painting a dog with a genie coming out of his butt. I didn't really know how. Like I'd never painted a dog before, and I'm like, I'm just gonna give it a go for my brain, and like I had an idea of what the dog looked like. Reed, I was actually thinking of Jake when I pictured a dog, like a cartoon Jake. So that's you can put that on your resume. But yeah, that's I'm also having trouble like thinking of ideas of what to paint. That's actually the hardest part too. Is like some people just like sit down and like they just like, oh, my hand just moves across the paper. I don't even have to think. It just comes out of me. It happens. I'm the opposite. I'm like I have to have an idea, then be like, I want to see this as a painting, or I think this is funny. I want to paint it, and then I can show people this. It's not I can't do like spontaneous improv paintings. That even the volcano thing that was supposed to be like I didn't have a plan going into it. I knew I wanted to do like something colorful, and the first thing I thought of was like volcano, big flashy volcano eruption. So even that didn't just come naturally. So I'm not special, is what I've realized. Is I am before coming into this whole moving out and going off my own, I had this like very like arrogance about me, like in my own head, that like I'm so special, like I've got what no one else has, and I'm just gonna succeed so easily at whatever I do. And now I've realized that's not the case. That's not the case. I'm not special. There's no such thing as just like innate ability, especially after I read that Outliers book. People who are really good at things have just been doing that thing a lot, and that's how you get really good at things. I don't think anybody's just like born and then they can do it like right off the bat without any practice or training. I don't know how many times that's actually the case. I think people just like to say that just to, like make themselves feel better. They're like, oh, I can't do that because he was just born that way. He was just born better than me. And it's like an easy cop out. And I thought I was one of those people. I'm like, oh man, I'm just gonna blow up on YouTube because my ideas are so freaking funny. I can't even film a YouTube video, or like my podcast is gonna be like Joe Rogan's gonna be having me on his podcast like within probably like a week or two. Like my episode's just gonna blow up, and now it's just like only my friends listen to it. And like, oh, I'm gonna be such a good artist. Like I'm gonna post these paintings out, and then everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, let me buy those for like $100,000, please. Hey, what's your PayPal? I'd like all your paintings. Here's $1.6 billion. Yeah, hey, would you like to run Twitter? Do it for all your paintings. Like, and it's not the case. Not the case at all. It's actually like I am right where I belong. Just bottom of the totem pole. Just like barely surviving. But that's how it be. That's how it be. And, I might be last place in the race, but I'm still in the race. As long as I stay in the race, I could get to first. It's only when you quit the race. It's only when you stop doing podcasts that your podcasts fail. So as long as I just keep doing podcasts, they cannot fail. And with that, is that where I end it? Is that where I end it? Honestly, that was a fast hour. That was a fast hour. This is one of the ones where I just kind of hit record and just saw what happened. Just let her go. Just let her loose. And honestly, making it longer was a bad idea because that's more music I gotta find. Oh, but anyways, it's like almost 9 o'clock. I'm getting a little sleepy. I gotta go read this crappy book. Learn about how to vibrate myself in the right way. I need to vibrate in the podcast frequency. So anyways, guys, thank you for continually tuning in. If you are still holding on, I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around for the 420 edition Just Blaze It episode. Let's go smoke some doobies, shall we? No, we're not, because we don't want to go back to zero. So, ladies and folks, I hope you guys are staying above zeros. You're all my heroes. And we'll talk to you at a later date next week. Laters. Aaron out.
Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Now take what you learned and have a great day. Damn, it feels good to air out.